What is going on, guys? This is your main man Ben here, bringing you some crypto news and updates straight from Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. Happy 1st of September. It is a long weekend. It's always fabulous to enter this kind of goodbye summer and hello fall, but not really fabulous. But hey, we're here. We got some little news that we got for you to be excited, even just a little bit, which is good, something positivity. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I had some content that needs to be pumped out 2 days ago, guys, but the problem was we got some technical difficulties, and the other half of my recordings, apparently I didn't plug in the power button in my laptop and it conserved power, so the audio was left out. So the first half we got audio. The second one, yeah, guess what, it's blank. I was just blabbing like this. It was unfortunate, but hey, we're back here. We're pumping out content. And yes, aside from that, I just like to put a shout out to Mommy Pat, laid to rest. Rest in peace, Mommy, love you. So guys, before anything else, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's going to be exciting September, especially in the crypto market. I was clapping my hand because I'm just pumped up. I was bummed out I was able to pump out content, but hey, I'm making up with you guys. Price action. If you put in your bets, or not bets, if you invested yesterday, you probably is gaining right now. Currently sitting at 7,191, guys. Price action again. Bitcoin, we're positive 2.45%. Ethereum, good to see Ethereum going back up on there to the $300 cap right there. I hope it's gonna breach that. It's 5.51%. All greens, guys. XRP at 3.89%. Bitcoin Cash is making some big gains at 14.99%. EOS at $4.68%. Everything in the top, I would say Dogecoin is like 61%. It's mooning, guys. Top 25 is all positive in VeChain, once again overtaking them, 17%. Taking the number 17 spot in coin market cap at 8.83%, guys. Awesome stuff. This is what we have right now for you. Like what I said, 61% for Dogecoin, Redcoin 29.68, Verge 27.32. These are the biggest gainers so far. And yes, guys, we are in a little bit of green, if you may call it a little bull run, but I believe we are in greener pastures. I think, cross fingers, don't quote me on that one, but yeah, that's my own opinion. We'll see about this. Going back to our respective miners, we have a little bit news for you guys. I'm running out of breath because of this what to mine thing. What can you do? Be transparent. We're going to report what is in the market based on our own experience as well. So, if you like this channel, don't forget that like. If you do, subscribe too. Awesome stuff. If you don't, just click that thumbs down. We're all good here. We're spreading good news here. 9570, 11050 Ti, 21070, 11070 Ti, and 11080, netting at a whopping $3.08 in Ethereum. Heydays, $18, $25, $30 a day is gone. Yes, guys. F Classic, $2.83. You get the bigger picture. Mining right now isn't profitable. If you get a chance, turn off your rig, sell your GPU if you can. There are some good stuff, I think, guys. And what I'm about to share to you in a little bit, I think is just gonna fuel the fire. It's either time to turn off or sell your rig, and it's about time. But heading to our first news, okay? Remember a couple days ago we had a news for Crypto Valley in Asia, Thailand, South Korea, Philippines is trying to be a hub in Asia. Well, guys, the Union Bank of the Philippines, UBP, one of the early adopters of blockchain technology in the domestic bank sector, announced it had launched the first general circulars, GCS, what they called, on the blockchain platform to provide a cost-effective and faster way of communication. So it looks like a centralized entity, a bank in the Philippines, already adopted a blockchain technology. It quote unquote says Bautista is the I think the manager in operations. We already launched several internal blockchain applications. The goal is to put blockchain as much as we can in the internal process. We want to reduce our costs. At the same time, it also helps us learn the technology that we can apply for customers. So it looks like yes, they are putting this to reduce cost and security, transparency. It looks like they are adapting it, which is good news. Countries are starting to see the importance of blockchain technology. And if you can't see that, then something's wrong with you. You probably will be behind 10, 20 years by the time, and nothing's wrong with that, but you know, this countries that doesn't have a lot of opportunities 20 years, 30 years ago, it's a level playing field right now, guys. So take that as a grain of salt. Moving on to our next news. Iran is preparing national rial-backed cryptocurrency to evade U.S. sanctions. So we know Iran, they got a lot of sanctions in the United States. They're not allowed to trade and all that stuff, their money and all that stuff in the main market, which is the, you know, stocks and all that stuff. But Iran cryptocurrency will be backed by rial. Rial is the national money in Iran. So it looks like they're trying to adopt a cryptocurrency that's backed by rial. Sounds like Venezuela. Remember Venezuela with their money doesn't even have a value anymore. So they're trying to adopt petro, and it looks like they're going to be that the petro is going to be introduced to the public now. Now this is getting really popular, guys. Those countries that got sanctions by United Nations or United States. It looks like Russia and all that stuff. China, they're not allowed to trade their petrol or their fuel, or the, you know, the black market thing with the barrel, you know, and all that stuff, fuel. This is what they're doing, going to blockchain. You can take that as a good or bad note, but by the end of the day, the technology is there, and if you don't utilize it, then what happens to your country? I mean, by the end of the day, you look out for your own people. But I kind of understand what they're doing. But yes, guys, this is the news for Iran. This is the entire picture. I'm just giving it to you. Moving on to our next news. China's ban on crypto continues. Guangzhou district also. China's ban on crypto continues across the country. They're clamping down on cryptocurrency, guys. If you didn't know that, yes, China has been really strict with this crypto policy. They banned the things, ads and all that stuff with regards to crypto. If you got Facebook here, Twitter, Instagram, they got, in China, they have their own thing. They have their own social networking. They also put that in there, and it banned all the crypto ads and all that stuff. So continuing all the stuff, crackdowns in China is really popular. If you remember before, when internet wasn't really popular, way back, I don't know, 20-25 years ago, China was one of the countries that doesn't want to be part of the internet thing. So they isolate themselves. They don't want to be, you know, in the World Wide Web. But then again, the heyday and then the discovery of internet, they become one of, in fact, biggest producer of software and hardware. And everyone right now, as much as I can know, on Earth, lives on Earth, has internet, except for I don't know what countries, but no disrespect, but yep, it's almost the same story, guys. Early adopters, China's trying to hold back, but something's up in the back end. Moving on, Moscow officials to use Ethereum blockchain technology for agriculture. Remember in our previous episodes, guys, when we talked about produce, vegetables, fruits, employing that blockchain technology in there so that we track which it will go, which stop it stopped, what stock of food they took in that place. That way you can control and verify if you have that in blockchain technology, and if there is an outbreak, like what I say, salmonella, whatever type of stuff in there, you can easily track that and you can pinpoint the source. That way we can isolate and isolate the problem and you know, not spreading it out. Looks like Russia is ahead again. Once again, they are ahead of it. they are adopting a technology in a blockchain technology in their agriculture. So it looks like we believe that there's a statement, that the press release statement from one of the CIOs in Moscow City Hall says, we believe that farmers should have a transparent system to see why their application is declined or approved. Blockchain is to make sure that the process is fully transparent. No one can alter an application. So it looks like, aside from the produce itself, remember, we also mentioned before that the credit worthiness, if you get this blockchain technology, if you don't have enough credit, and the bank will just like disapprove you. So it looks like this is one of them. Like, transparency on your credit worthiness is not going to be applicable in blockchain technology. And once again, provides full transparency. Good stuff, and we are excited to see what is happening here. Moving on, guys. Nasdaq ready to list and trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos by 2019, and you're not going to be surprised in this one. Remember, SEC hasn't even pulled out, put a decision that, you know, the ETF is going to be approved, the first step for Bitcoin to be traded. But in spite of that, Nasdaq is already making their move. You know why? First, Binance is making a lot of chunk, guys. Let's face it, Binance is one of the biggest, which is #1. I don't care what numbers they got there. They can pump and fake out all the new exchanges and bypass Binance, but we all know Binance is #1 volume wise, and everything in the other hand, Binance holds it. Outperforms Deutsche Bank over 110 years or 100 years annual income for profit. They outperform Deutsche Bank. Binance on the lead, and guess what? Binance going for Nasdaq. So this is not a surprising move. They believe that the Nasdaq is attempting to be the first mover in crypto exchange governance, order execution, and for the forefront of institutional movement into the crypto ecosystem. One way or the other, they're gonna get left behind if they're not gonna make any moves. I mean, they want to have a piece of a pie on the crypto space. It's not that much though right now, considering we are what is the volume? We are 237 billion in the market. Imagine that. That's not a whole lot in compared to the stock exchange, but once new money comes in, imagine that. And Binance is already making a lot of profits, so they want a piece of that as well. So not surprised about it. Moving on, guys, moving on. Next news. This is surprising, man. Eminem's latest album, Kamikaze, features a Bitcoin shout out. Once again, popular entities, celebrities, previous report we got, like they put stakes out for poker games, charity games. They got Bitcoin in there. Now Eminem is gonna release his new album says Kamikaze. It looks like he put it in there that, quote, remember everybody used to bite nickel, now everybody doing Bitcoin. Put it in there, one of his songs in there, and he mentioned that. So it looks like adoption, popularity is gaining, and yes, believe it. Give it a year or two, it's going to explode. Moving on, guys. CZ tweets about a significant bullish run and deletes it to not overexcite market. This is what we're talking about. This is what the greener pastures. CZ is, CZ is the founder of Binance, which is the biggest exchange in the world in terms of volume, and I would say also in everything. The bullish sentiment seems to be awakening in many investors, resulting in a very positive effect for the community, as they see how the big names in the crypto market are optimistic about the future price performance of their favorite tokens. So it looks like CC, I have a feeling this bull run will be a pretty significant one. Sent out in there. Well, that CC is trying to boost market sentiment. That came from Twitter, and he deletes it in a few minutes. So who cares about that? As a good news, everybody's looking at whatever CZ is gonna say, or any significant figure in the crypto market, and why not? You can see our price action right now. It's getting a little bit better, and I think it's gonna get better and better from here, because some good news, guys, coming over. ETF SEC is gonna lay out some significant, excuse me, decisions this end of the month, and a lot more going on. Moving on, retail giant Rakuten to buy crypto exchange for $2.4 million. So it looks like Rakuten is Japanese-based e-commerce, has announced plans to acquire the local cryptocurrency exchange called Everybody's Bitcoin. So Rakuten, if you're not familiar with Rakuten here in the United States, if you got a little bit like electronics, Best Buy, Target, they emphasize with a lot of stuff. But I have graced Rakuten sometimes when I bought some sale stuff for electronics, anything under the sun with technology, you can get in Rakuten. Now Rakuten, I think, is trying to acquire this Bitcoin, Everybody's Bitcoin exchange. So it's significant in the market. I'm reporting this because I think Rakuten is, it's not like a big name technology store, but then again, they have a lot of buyers, and speaking of that, they can make influence a lot of people, you know. Definitely. Moving on, Bitcoin adoption just got real in Ukraine. Fruits and vegetables up for sale in cryptos. So now, guys, you can buy groceries with cryptos. So it looks like in Ukraine, the famous Bessarabian market in Kiev, Ukraine's capital, is now offering the option to purchase fruits, vegetables with Bitcoin among other cryptocurrencies. According to its website, it takes Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Nano, Decreed, Dash, Zencash, Zcoin, Dimecoin, Waves, and NEM. This is apparently an experimental stage. Well, everybody starts at the experimental stage. Even the rockets that they send out, if it's real, they did experimental on that one too. And so are the jet planes and all that stuff. So yes, this is good stuff. That's what the news. Moving on, guys, in our last news, once again, I'm gonna take my little time here. Ethereum developers cut block rewards by 33% to curb inflation. Listen, miners. Listen. We had a report a couple episodes back that Constantinople, that's gonna be the name of the hard fork that's gonna happen before the DevCon in October. Ethereum's gonna have a hard fork. It's called Constantinople. One of the Constantinople's algorithm is I forgot what was that. Overall, I'm just gonna tell it to you right now. We have a block reward of 3 ETH right now. If you and when you're in part of the pool, you guys split that up. It's gonna get half. It's gonna get shaved 33%. So from 3, it's going to 2. So that's it, guys. So whatever profit you have right now, it's gonna get shaved 33% off as well. So this is what they have. You know, the Ethereum Improvement Protocol 1234 is the one, shaving from 3 to 2 ETH. This is what the developers of Ethereum came up, and also they will delay the difficulty bomb. You know, so that's it. That's it for mining, I believe. Yes, if you don't have like a hobbyist miner like me, I don't see you doing that anymore. There are farms out there, Bitmain, they got ASIC miners for mining Ethereum or Dagger Hashimoto algorithm. I mean, you reduce the block reward from, you know what, from 7 down to 3 and now down to 2. Then I don't think it's gonna be worth it, because electricity cost, depending on where you live, is going to be really expensive a month. And on top of that, you got to think about your return of investment, the hardware that you initially took out your money to buy those GPUs or ASIC miners. So yes, guys, that is just a report. Moving on with Ethereum, they are going to do this and implement this. And this is going to be the last month, September. Yep. Remember this episode, Ben. So proof of stake is going to be the next step towards that one. It might take 12 months from now, but reducing the reward and to delay the difficulty bomb, going from proof of work to proof of stake. This is part of the Casper thing, and they're going to improve this, and that will be it. That's our news for today. Happy 1st of September. And yes guys, I appreciate you watching all the time. You know, it is what it is for miners. Just be happy. One more month, just give it all you got. And yep, moving on. We probably got some other coins soon, but yes, this is it for today guys. I appreciate you watching. Happy 1st day of September. Always remember, God is good all the time. This is your main man Ban here. Peace out.